Boom! Salutations. Wanted to quickly discuss something that I find interesting. Is not only do I always try to look for things that might be extracted from my own experiences scientifically, but the things I hear about some of the projects that might be worked on, or these classified aircraft, you know, that are actually man-made, and where the science is taking them right now. And I hear interesting things, you know, especially scientifically. I'm hearing things about, like, for example, Dirac holes, Dirac, D-I-R-A-C holes, and what's called Dirac theory. And that has to do a lot with the electron and the positive and negative spin of it. And for my primitive understanding of it, I kind of correlate that to the experiences, that some experiments I had read about that concerned dealing with the electron and actually the double spin and things of that nature, that were showing that there were different possibilities that were far beyond just the speed of light, and that the speed of thought might be about 100,000 times the speed of light. So that's just something dealing with that experiment there, and I think might be connected to the Dirac theory and Dirac holes. Look, I'm not an expert on it. I'm not a quantum physicist, so I'm sure there's people that can comment on here and give much more illumination to it than I'm capable of. But taking that and just combining it with something that I've heard about these new classified aircraft and these things that could be called, I guess, SSP and stuff like that and beyond. I'm not the conspiracy person, but another thing would be that they're using these metamaterials, like I've talked about partially in some of my experiences, that they're using a metamaterial, but that's different, extraterrestrial or interdimensional. But here on Earth, they're actually starting to make these metamaterials, and excuse me, the military has been using it now for quite a while to show things that are these alloys, to show that they can do invisibility. So a lot of these have been used for cloaking and invisibility. I've heard about them actually using these type of alloys to make these aircraft, and then putting on them just tons of what is called quantum dots. And I was familiar with them a little for some things that were like dealing with Morgellons, and also some of the implants that have had quantum dots on them. But these are supposed to have quantum dots on them, tons of these on the craft, so many that when certain magnetic and quantum forces are applied to the craft, it actually warps the optical space-time around it, the optics around it. So it's a different type of invisibility that I think is more intense than just using metaphysical or metamaterials alone. So that's something just to keep in mind, all right? I think a very interesting way to look at something our science can show we can look up right now that might be being used for invisibility in our own skies, for aircraft and satellite and micro satellites and things of that nature, drones. So it's just very interesting, and I think it behooves us all to stay abreast of such technology and such scientific discoveries. Sometimes we got to keep it real for what we can actually measure by products and by things we can see in our market, not just these things that are coming out from conspiracy theory only. We got to make a balance in there somewhere. Quickly, just going over this. I think that's it. That gives you enough to look that up and look up some of the ways that we can actually warp invisibility and warp optical with some of these craft that can be flying in our own skies that are man-made, strictly here, not even extraterrestrial and going that way. I want to thank everybody for Patreon that's keeping this going. Please put a like on this video. Please subscribe. Thank you everybody that comments on here and has positive things to say. I encourage you to comment amongst each other and comment and kind of communicate with each other. That's what this whole platform is for, is to grow and grow the communication base. So please subscribe, please put a like on it. Thank you very much, and peace.